Okay, Heisenberg and Smallville right here. We did another little Criterion update, and we got some pretty good stuff right now. It's a pretty impressive haul on both sides, I'd say.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you start off, my man?
Sweet. This movie here that I got today has been a movie that has been recommended to me
Many times.
ever since I started hanging out with you.
Pretty much, yeah.
So when I saw it, I was just like, fuck it. You know what? I was just like, shit, I'll purchase it. And it is The Long Good Friday.
Directed by John McKenzie, I believe. Yeah, John McKenzie, starring Bob Hoskins.
Bob Hoskins.
And a much younger Helen Mirren, and it's so good. One of the best British gangster movies ever made.
So I've heard.
Right up there with like The Hit, Mona Lisa, Get Carter. It's fantastic. And
And
another great film here too.
Secondly, this is a movie that I almost bought once on like the regular release. Purchase.
Purchase.
And I figured, why the fuck not, you know? And that movie is Traffic.
Steven Soderbergh.
Soderbergh flick.
He just turned 50.
Christ.
Yeah, man. And he was 26 when he made like the Sex, Lies, and Videotape.
That's another good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my haul. It's got an amazing cast, Traffic, and so does this apparently. It's got like a little scene with Pierce Brosnan.
A very young Pierce Brosnan. He plays a hitman. Hardly any lines, but like he's...
Oh, and like Helen Mirren and stuff. So I mean, this should be like a pretty.
It's a
good
pretty
film.
pimp movie, dude. It comes highly recommended from Tarantino. Definitely on his favorite films list. But I bought it before I even knew that. Like, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, I just bought it when I have the I don't have the Criterion version, but I have the Cult Series film edition.
I am looking forward to watching these. So
Word up. All right, do my haul now. All right, I've got a movie that I've been kind of anticipating for a while now. It's of course it's a director that I've been trying to learn a lot more about, and I'm glad I own one of his films so I can really give it a chance and see how his vision works. This is just his overall comedic style. Apparently he's a genius, and that guy is Preston Sturges, and the movie I got from him is Sullivan's Travels. This apparently inspired a lot of other comedy films, a lot of the Coen brothers.
I heard it's Wes Anderson's.
It's a big influence on Wes Anderson's films, and it's a big influence on the Coen brothers films. Apparently, they mention Preston Sturges a lot.
Well, Oh Brother Where Art Thou? It's like
yeah, it's
they're
like
making
so
a movie
they must have stolen that title from this movie apparently. So yeah, and it's got Veronica Lake, Joel McCrea, and a bunch of other great character actors in it, and apparently it's hilarious. 1941 classic. Looking forward to that. My next movie here, I put off getting this movie so many times, like the original release, but now that I saw it on Criterion for the price that I saw it for, it was $16. Not bad at all for a Criterion movie. It's probably the cheapest I've ever seen a Criterion movie in this country, or in this, city. Being John Malkovich by Spike Jonze. Very great, surreal little comedy with John Cusack. John Malkovich himself is in it. Catherine Keener, Cameron Diaz. It's a really, really funny, great film. It's awesome. Being John Malkovich.
Yeah. Well, we both spent under $20 for one flick.
Exactly.
One Criterion to be exact.
Pretty much 20 even. That's
So like
most.
Like $16. What you 17? This was like $16. Traffic. Yeah. So I mean, shit. Like, we know the places pretty much.
It's a good day, man. And there's another place called Vortex, which I've been meaning to hit up. So apparently it's just an absolute haven for Criterions. Use cheap Criterions. Hopefully they really are cheap, like as cheap as ABC Books is. And I hope to have a field day in that place. We're gonna do some damage to our bank accounts and to our collections. Hopefully we're gonna totally fuck shit up.
So now I'm up to. I think I'm up to like 19 or 20 Criterions.
That's pretty good, man. When you hit 20, it'll be awesome.
I think it's 19.
I think right now I'm up to 75.
Fuck it. Well, I didn't really know much
brag.
about Criterion.
Yeah.
Before I started buying them.
Right.
So I mean, like, you already had a fuckload before I even had like full 5.
Yeah, I kind of introduced you to the whole Criterion,
So I mean, like,
process.
I had Chasing Amy. That had to have been like my first one, and then
The
from
Alliance
there,
of
like, I
X.
bought La Samurai, and then Down by Law. And then from there, I was just like, Criterion must be pretty fucking dope. So then I started getting into Wes Anderson,
Oh yeah.
and started buying all of his flicks. Like Rushmore was like the first, I think, and then just went on, and then Amarcord after all that, and it just pretty much went on and on.
It's contagious, man. Criterion.
It is. It
You
just
caught the Criterion fever.
pretty much.
So yeah, that'll do it for our Criterion update for today. I'm Heisenberg,
From Smallville.
and keep on collecting.